A new study says half of Americans either have diabetes or could soon have it, but it is the rates of the undiagnosed that have researchers concerned. Randall Pinkston back on the set with us for more on this. Randall.
Stephanie, a very large study. Government researchers looking at surveys taken by 26,000 people from 1988 to 2012. What they found is that a third of all diabetics don't even know they have it.
The National Institutes of Health and its partners say the U.S. has a problem with diagnosing diabetes.
The prevalence of diabetes is high, and a lot of this is undiagnosed. And this suggests that we need greater emphasis on screening people at high risk for diabetes.
Since 1988, researchers found doctors are getting better at figuring out who has the condition, but screening has been uneven.
So diabetes doesn't cause any symptoms in the early stages. It's usually only after it's affected your heart, your eyes, the nerves, and your kidneys that you actually get diagnosed. I mean, sometimes for people, their first warning that they have diabetes is actually a heart attack or a stroke.
After looking at data compiled by national surveys, researchers found 1/3 of Caucasians with diabetes did not know they had the condition. Compare that to 37% of African Americans and 49% of Hispanics. However, the number that surprised scientists was among Asian Americans, where more than half are affected. It is the first time undiagnosed diabetes has been measured in that part of the population.
Part of that may be related to the body mass index, which sort of relates to weight. So Asian Americans in general may be thinner than Caucasians, and what will happen is, we suspect, that when they go to the doctor, perhaps they're not on the radar as having diabetes potentially.
More than 12% of all Americans have diabetes. It is a leading cause of medical complications. The U.S. spends more than $245 billion every year to treat the disease, and there are fears that without better diagnosis, the problem will get worse.
Diabetes continues to rise, and it continues to rise in all age and sex, race, ethnic groups, and in groups according to education and income.
Now, you heard reference to prediabetes. When researchers say prediabetes, they're referring to blood sugar levels that are high but not high enough for a person to be considered diabetic. They say the rise in prediabetes is likely linked to a jump in obesity rates over the past 15 years. Stephanie?
Randall Pinkston, thank you.